Hey guys, I'd just like to ask if you could like and subscribe and comment on the video with any thoughts you might have had, because it goes a long way towards helping support my channel. Thank you. Hello and welcome back to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I'm gonna
Stanley
see
took
if
the
I
door
can
on
get
his
through
left
the
to go
last bit
back
of
to the
game that it
meeting room.
has. I know there's still a decent amount of choices I still have to do, and I imagine some stuff after I get that final figurine. But I'll see.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room.
Don't
Go
tell me what
somewhere
to do,
else.
Bucket.
The cargo lift, yes, good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Okay.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Okay.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there.
No
It says,
buckets.
no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket?
Oh man, you're right.
That would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point.
You're so right.
If that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Okay. Is this
Now
a
then,
bucket?
I'm going to run you through some test
The hell is
scenarios,
going
and
on
you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
I think so, yes.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect.
No!
It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This
hey.
is a bucket.
Thank God.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
What? Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket.
That's a bucket.
Item 6. Is this a bucket? Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Both.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here.
There's
and
a
I
bucket.
don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something.
Yeah.
And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence, and yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Yes.
Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
No.
Okay, here we go.
But that means you'll erase the entire game.
What happened? Is everything gone?
Everything's a
Why did
bucket.
everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket?
Yes.
Every single thing in the
That's
game
what I was trying to tell you.
Oh my God, I had no idea.
I was trying to tell you.
Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Okay.
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that.
You got it.
Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Is Stanley, without the bucket, really Stanley at all?
No, not really.
No, surely not.
The fuck?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact.
I'm glad I
He
can
was
make that
firmly
jump.
convinced
Saves me a
that
little
the
bit of
bucket
time.
had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked. No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point."
Okay.
Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here?
It's not a bucket.
What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Alright, I think this might be my final thing to do without it being a... Until, like, I get the final
Now
figurine.
then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Got it.
Simply enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket? Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket? Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Should I hit no for this one too?
Item 3. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket? Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. This is a bucket. Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Maybe I need to not bring the bucket with me. I'm not sure.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha. Item... Wait, hold on, I can't find...
Okay, I think... Actually, let me see what he
the next
says,
one.
actually.
Let me see, should be around here somewhere. Yes, thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless...
Maybe.
Is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence, and yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go. What happened? Is
Okay, I
everything
just
gone?
led back to this. Then how do I... I think I maybe need to go without the bucket. Oh, wait. Fuck? I'm gonna just go without it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
It is pretty wild.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look,
There we
there
go.
it is. The
Got
last
it.
Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something
All
just
right,
for the
now
sake
we're
of
getting
doing
on
it.
to like the
Where
stuff
so many
that's
people
kind of
expect to be
wild, I
rewarded for those
imagine.
trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
All right.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
It's not what I'm here to do.
Stanley,
Whoa.
I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on
Whoa.
things. It's those figurines, those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one.
Me either,
Wasn't
man.
it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines.
Okay.
Just one more time.
When Stanley found all the collectibles. The hell? Why is the fucking... Okay.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Got fucking 7. How many do I get?
And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom.
That's right.
You did that, Stanley.
I did.
I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them.
Okay, Annie, hold
but you continue
on.
to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways. Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini-stand?
Third. Okay, hold on. Wait. Third, I think bosses might have been second. And that would mean that third would have been... Yeah, I think that would have been the stairs, I imagine, yeah.
No. Under the stairs was
Fourth.
the fourth place you found a Stanley, not
Shit.
the third. Well, I guess perhaps I should
Oh, I
be
think the
surprised.
boss's
Memories
room
like
was still
these
the
are
second,
so
so I feel like I would have
precious
lost
and so
either way.
cherished that they all just sort of blend together, don't they? You
I
know
don't take
what?
it too
If
personally.
Under the stairs feels like the third place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments?
Yeah.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Yeah, exactly. It must have. What's this hole over here?
This was the fifth mini-stand, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly.
Me too.
In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate
video.
the occasion. Enjoy.
Okay. How you found it. Oh my god, the music by the narrator. What's that back there? Yeah, this is how it happened. You're not wrong. Thanks for watching.
Takes you back, doesn't it?
It really
I spent
does.
a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
I guess I had down here. Finally.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors.
Wow.
This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the
it
one
is
that
most
happened more
recent.
recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works?
Not
All I
me.
know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other.
Let me just check OBS
Except for
real
the
quick.
other
It'd be
moments
really
picking up
awkward if my mic
figurines,
wasn't
which
working.
It was exactly like.
Okay, it is. Hold on. And now what? We just continue on this way?
And then there was no more. Because
Yeah.
we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye,
Aw.
memory zone.
That's sad. Oh.
No, I'm not done. I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Okay.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I
13.
remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more. And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
I do. Oh, God.
Yes, I love that video.
Curious if I'm able to, like, skip them. Not that I really want to, but,
Still
like...
don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one.
That's
Good
okay.
room, though. A solid room. These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Was that just darkness? Okay.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines.
That's right.
Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Seems like the rest of this is kind of not here.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on.
No.
I remember hating it back then. But time does put a rosy filter on everything.
I ran out of
In fact,
jumps.
I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories. Oh, yes. The two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one. And before everything else, there was your
Yeah, there's
office.
always my office.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
The start screen?
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then
Oh.
I was different.
I guess
I
so.
used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory?
Okay.
Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good.
Oh,
I did
for
enjoy
good?
telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley. As Stanley lifted his bucket, he felt a connection to all buckets everywhere. This adventure, he decided, was for all of them. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Maybe.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
And I'm doing this run. Is anything going to be different? Is this just a... What's going on?
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Oh, do I have to press the buttons? I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to be
Here we
doing
are,
right now.
said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from
Maybe.
slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Maybe I should have picked like a shorter
back of
path.
Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3 for the bucket again? Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered.
I'm just curious if this is like just a normal run, because it seemed like the narrator was making it seem like this one was going to be like one special one for nostalgia's sake.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds
Probably.
of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
I'll do the
These
simple birds
questions
one again.
raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this... But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly, silly birds.
Yes.
The control buttons became active again. Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all.
Look at them go.
It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds.
Look at them in silly birds.
The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Okay.
What new mysteries lay in store for our bucket-loving heroes today? Let's find out.
I know there's something about the window of like 434 or something like that. Or 34, I don't know.
Hey Stanley, it's me. Just calling to let you know that you left your bucket at home. Silly.
Oh my god.
It's okay. I'm off to pick up groceries soon, so I can
Into a
swing by
room
work and drop the bucket
434.
off at... Oh, wait a minute. This isn't your bucket. Wait, whose bucket is this? Well, if it doesn't belong to anyone else, I guess I could just, keep it. Yeah, I'd really like to hang out with this bucket for a while. Oh, sorry, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, have a nice day at work. I'll be here at home with my bucket. Bye, Stanley.
What the fuck? Okay, where's room 434? There's something about a window of 434.
Stanley clutched
Is
the
it
bucket
past
tightly
this,
to
maybe?
his chest and entered the door on his left.
'Cause that's the only other, I can think of. Oh, 411.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd coming to a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Maybe if I walk in, then back out?
Stepping in,
Okay, I think I did it. Whatever I was supposed to be doing, I think I did it. For that other ending. hell? Where does this go? You are now leaving. I guess I go this way. I feel like I'm just looping. Am I? 757. No, I'm going up. I just don't know how far this goes. Seems like it's getting darker, too. Escape pod launch bay? What? Why am I... Oh, there it goes. Oh. What? Were we saying goodbye? Were we sending them off? Oh my god. Wow. Just wow. Okay, I still need to find the room to 434. That's the only thing I'm
All of
missing.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, the bucket's not there.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm still confused. Am I in new stuff or not?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
It was okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nah. Let me go see if I can die.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm trying to see, like, how I get to the thing that I'm trying to get to. That's the main thing
All of
I
his
still need
co-workers were
to
gone.
have.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, there's the bucket. Replacement bucket.
And try not to lose this one too, you dolt.
Oh, okay, that was intended to happen. Okay. So I lost it last time and I needed to find it. Okay.
Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
So window at room 434. How do I climb out? So it's something about climbing out the window at room 434. Which, you know, would be, assume this one.
Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket.
I'll never stop believing in the magic of the bucket. Because I feel like there's still little things that I think I still haven't done yet. Because like, I still haven't seen the epilogue. Okay, I think I need to restart at least 5 times for the epilogue. I'm pretty sure I've done that. Or maybe it means, like, restart the game as in, like, launch it. How do I... Where's room 434 at this point? Because, like... Like, there's supposed to be some way to get through a window or something. And go out of map. Okay, just in case, like, restarting is what I need, then...
Now this, Stanley thought to himself, this is a bucket.
It is.
And indeed it was.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct?
No.
Understood. Your order will be canceled immediately.
Oh, okay.
Thank you again for
That worked.
contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
I'm also
Finally,
thinking...
yes, the bucket. Yes, yes, yes. I love that bucket.
Because I know there's still an epilogue I need to do. Awaiting input. Maybe it means restarting the game itself.
Stanley clutched the bucket.
I can do that. I can quit the game and come back. Let me go with 5, sure. 5 o'clock somewhere. Yes. I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Pretty inaccurate. Going through all the sliders I have. Yeah, you could. So this will be number 4, if I believe. 4 time we opened up the game. Total. Oh. There. Okay, I gotta say, Akiboinkle is quite a word. I assume right now. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Help. Yes. Yes. Got at least one more time. I gotta reopen this, right? Let me just see what happens when I hop in.
This is the story.
That looks pretty normal.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Alright, this should be the final time that I need to do this. Um, does anyone really truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. So I've adjusted all the game settings to your exact specifications, but who hasn't? It's just what I do, like a day job. And now the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. And I still don't really know you. And you don't know me. And now the rest know what time it is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time, but that's okay. Aw. Video games were meant to be played alone. Like, be alone, don't you? That's maybe the only information I really learned about you. What? Well, it's time for me to leave. There's still one more second we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again if you can find me. Talk soon. I don't know if I'll be able to find you, I'll be honest. Epilogue. Okay, now it's open. I didn't know it was going to show up like that, but that works. Epilogue. Many, many years later. Oh. Oh, God. What was that? Did we just keep running that one time? Was everything past the skip button just a figment in my imagination? Oh, hey, a fire and a fucking desk chair. No, wait, the chair, does it have a gun? I can't tell. Oh, wait, oh, it can move. I didn't realize. No, okay, it's just logs. Good. Should I keep moving? Whoa. Oh god, there's just desk chairs everywhere. Do I eventually find the narrator again? Is that what happens? This game is so confusing at this point. What is real? What isn't? Does it matter? Oh. Oh, did I find, like, the memory zone? I found the memory zone, didn't I? Stanley Parable 2. Ah. It's filled with sand. Oh my god. I swear if I find the narrator and he's like a real tangible person, it's gonna be so weird. The fuck? Cookie Nine's blog. Stanley Parable 2. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. Where the first game teamed with originality, the Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fan base. Rather than expand on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for. An infinitely deep hole? Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about the enjoyable bits from the Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? Instead, we get an uninspired side quest in collecting figurines. Even this... Am I able to scroll down, maybe? I want to read more. I must say that I found the bucket to be quite comforting, a welcome reprieve. Yes, I will forever be a fan of the bucket. Oh. Oh, is this a real one? Snip Sweeney? No, I doubt it. Okay. When the Stanley Parable launched to massive success in 2013, its creators made plans to build the property into an elite franchise, but disastrous and critical and commercial reception of the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambitions, as outlined in a press release they published today. It's clear that more Stanley Parable is just not what the fans want, reads the press release. We thought that we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about, and it turns out this could not have been further from the truth. The press release goes out to promise that to preserve the artistic integrity of the original game, and to stop assaulting fans with our reckless and insulting creative visions. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. Jesus. Oh, man. Oh, no.
Jim.
The Jim buttons. I am Jim. I am Jim.
Stanley.
What? Oh.
Jim. Stanley. Jim. Stanley. Jim.
Oh, that's really cool, actually. Oh, hey. The figurines! How many did I end up with? Like, God, I'm at 20. 3 more. Okay. Ended up with a total of 26. As you should. Oh my god. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Oh. Oh. You guys. Oh, what is this gonna be? Hello again. Nice to see you. It's terrible to learn there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise. What nonsense. Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it back from the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together we can go make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we need to do is change the number in the game's title and screen. We also need to do a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. It's either me or the coworker. Confirm. The Stanley Parable 3. It's either me or the coworker. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1. Then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way the Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content, recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it. But I want you to have a say in it. Well, don't do it. Good, then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you put faith in my idea, I feel like I'm giving you something as well. See, I'm noticing the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright there. The achievement machine is all fixed. You see? I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're going to keep this train rolling. Wait. Let me go check Steam real quick. Let me see what the achievements say. View my achievements. Awarded for getting any of the other achievements is your first. Oh. Oh, I think that's something I already got. So the test achievement, he hasn't done it yet, I don't think. Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. What time is it? It is 11:12 p.m. I will. Stanley Parable 3. It's either me or the coworker. Oh my god, the fucking car. Okay, wait. I need to open up, see what it's like.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Okay,
Perhaps
yeah. We quit to menu. Quit to desktop. Let's see what it shows when I fucking try it again. I swear to God if it's a fucking 4. Stanley versus cheese. Yes, let's go. Oh my god, they put so much into this. Honestly, it's so impressive. I'm not sure. I know there's an option where I can kill the bucket, but it's not. I'm not able to figure out how do I get to that. So whatever. It's fine. You can look it up yourself if you want to find that. There's also a couple other achievements I wasn't able to pull off for whatever reason. A couple other endings. And of course, there's probably stuff I just didn't realize I could do. But I think that's enough for me. I think I'm good to end there with Stanley Parable 4, Stanley versus Cheese. How long is this episode been going for? Just about an hour. That's good timing. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I had a blast playing the Ultra Deluxe version, and now I can finally watch other people play it. Thank God. Anyway, I will stop here. I'll see you all in another game soon. Have a good night. If it's night for y'all, that is, but otherwise, have a good day, of course. And thank you for watching. Bye. Thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, please leave a like and comment and subscribe to the channel for more content. Thank you.